This is Sunday, January 25th, 2026. And this is about 2.5 hours after the snow began. So it's already collected about an inch or so. We currently are at about 3 inches. And we'll see how much the snow gets up on here. We've got a big storm coming. We're supposed to get about 18 inches plus, potentially up to even 24 inches. And I don't know if I quite believe the 24-inch number, but it's not that big of a storm. I don't think it's that crazy. Right here, we got about 4 currently at the base of the compost pile. I don't really believe the 24-inch number, but, you know, this isn't really that big of a storm either. We're at just under 3 here, where the canoe is. But, you know, past big storms, I mean, I think the biggest I remember really is like 2016. 2016, we had, I think, about 30 inches, 30 inches. That was, you know, that's pretty big. That's 2.5 feet. And let's see the fire pit here. Fire pit's got, you know, 3.5. But we haven't had a big storm since then. Really, you know, we've had some that are a foot and a half, but this one has potential to be 2 feet, allegedly. So I figured I'd make a before and after video. And I'll probably cut in the clips of before and after on these. So this is the deck platform at about 5 inches down back. Here's the tall edge of it. There's that. By the way, it is freezing. My fingers are already going numb after, well, I've been outside as long as this video, so about 2 minutes. My fingers are already going numb because it is about, I don't know, 7 degrees today. 5 degrees of Fahrenheit. It's above freezing, or about, what does that come out to? Negative 25 Celsius, roughly. So yeah, it's pretty darn cold, and it has been for a couple days. But this is gonna make for some great skiing, and I am excited to see how much snow we get, because we have not gotten this much in quite some time. So I'm gonna go down here to the river, the brook. Let's see what we got for snow down here and ice, and see about later on how much we end up with. Actually, I'll go over here. I'll go to where the dam is, and that will be my last landmark to point out how deep the snow is. This is usually mud in the spring. This is our log to walk across. I'm just gonna walk across the middle because it's all frozen. At least it should be with how cold it's been. Oh boy, my fingers. All right. I'm only gonna take this video for another few seconds here because wow. All right, looks like this did melt up here. Can't quite see on the video, but it's a little lower down in this section. Let's see about this ice. Not cracking, so that's a good sign. This is the area I cleared out last year for ice skating. But right over here is our little makeshift log dam thing. Well, that's not a good sound. If you could hear that. All right, so here, you got this stick showing. That's about 8 inches up. We go all the way to the big log. Oh, that goes down into the water. Never mind. Well, you can kind of see on the shoreline how much is showing there. If I stick this ruler, you can kind of see that's a yardstick. So we'll see what it looks like when we come back. Needless to say, I think it's going to be impossible to clear off that amount of snow for ice skating here, but you know, it was worth a shot. Maybe next year we'll get some ice skating, or maybe this will melt. We'll check in when the snow stops tomorrow. It might be late in the day, Monday, or even early Tuesday that I make the next video. So we'll see. All right, I'm back. Previously 3 inches, now 25.5. Now that's drifted quite a bit there. On to the next spot. You see we had some nice pathways I snowblowed here, so we can get to putting oil in and whatnot. Let's see, I did shovel this, but I tried to leave the bank intact at the side. This was previously 4 inches. Previously 4, now 13. Okay. Previously 4, now 13. Then we've got over here by the log, by the canoe. Let's see. I'll go right up next to it. This was also previously 3, now 15. So, it was at least a foot anyways. It definitely drifted some places. Obviously, we got our pathways here. Another pathway to go put the ashes from the wood stove over here. This is the path I'll take. I'll follow where the dog ran. See if I can avoid getting too snowy, because the snow is almost right up to the top of my bean boots. Actually, they're not bean boots, they're muck boots, but I got them at Ella Bean. Oh, here's a fire pit. You can barely even tell it's here. It's so bright out here. Let's see. Where is it? Yeah, that's the fire pit right there. See? There's a fire pit. So I'll go right next to it. Before we had, I think, 3.5. Now we have 13. So that's only 10 inches. I'll do the one more by the platform down here. So, up front where we snowblowed a little bit and the wind blew around the corners of the house. I mean, that we did get, pretty close to 22 inches or so. But down here, most places, not so much. Let's go right next to the platform. Previously 4 inches, or no, previously 5 inches, actually, sorry. We're at 17, maybe 16. So really like 10 inches of snow down here. The backside, I think this is at 4 inches. Let's see. That's the stump. Okay, 14. So yeah, 10 inches. I think overall, I would say 10 inches most places, because it got blown by the wind a lot. Some places it drifted up to close to 2 feet, but for the most part, I'd say around a foot to 1.5 feet at most. So kind of a dud of a storm. It did snow for, almost, a day and a half straight, because it is now Tuesday the 27th. So it started about noon on Sunday. And obviously the storm went all the way through the second half of Sunday, all the way through late Monday to late Monday night, early Tuesday morning.